Well, one of the great blessings of my life in academia has been developing my wonderful friendship, my brotherhood with Professor Cornell West. He and I are at different places politically. I'm a traditional conservative and a Republican. He is the honorary chairman of Democratic Socialists of America. Of course, he's one of our nation's truly premier public intellectuals. He and I began teaching together a little more than a decade and a half ago, and we found that despite our political differences on many issues, we have quite a lot in common. We share an interest in the same basic moral and existential questions, questions of meaning and value, questions about what human life is for, what our purpose is as human beings. We're both Christians. We both believe in the basic biblical principle of the inherent and equal dignity of all members of the human family. We draw different policy conclusions about a number of issues on that basis, but we agree on the foundational principle. We're interested in many of the same thinkers and writers, especially those who have reflected on the great existential questions, going back to Plato and Aristotle and to St. Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas, the great thinkers of the Reformation, the great thinkers of the Enlightenment, 19th century figures like John Stuart Mill and John Henry Newman, 20th century thinkers and writers like John Dewey and C.S. Lewis and Martin Buber and Martin Luther King. So that gives us a lot of common ground and a lot to work with. And there's a certain chemistry between us that's really magical. He's very lovable and easy to love, and we love each other. We're really buddies. And we've gotten to know each other's families very well. His beautiful and brilliant daughter, Zaytun, is a student here at Princeton and undergraduate fellow of the James Madison program. She's just a charming and delightful young woman. He knows my children. We have written together, including a statement in 2017 that's gotten quite a lot of attention called Truth Seeking, Democracy, and Freedom of Thought and Expression, in which we make the case for a very deeply shared value, and that is the value of freedom of thought and freedom of speech to the truth-seeking process and to the process of running a Republican democracy. We are 100% on the same place there. We stand together. We've written together against the evil of pornography. We've written together against indiscriminate drone strikes by our military. Sometimes what we say sounds more pleasing to people's ears on the right. Sometimes what we say sounds more pleasing to people's ears on the left. We just try to call them as we see them. And when we agree on important points, we like to get our joint statements out there. So we've taught together. We've written together. We go around the country lecturing together. We pray together. We pray together before our public appearances. We pray together whenever we can. And we sing together. Cornell loves to sing. I love to sing and play. So we do a bit of that. We've even broken into song hymns in our classes together on occasion, which the students got quite a kick out of. But I love him very much, and I'm so blessed to be able to work with him. And I've certainly learned a lot from him, and he's been kind enough to say that he's learned a lot from me.